My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
Choose from a great selection of digital coupons and use them up to 5 times in one transaction. Check our app for details. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi Fruit Loop. I'm tired. What about you?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what we were just talking about. You was going to say, what do you normally ask me? What's good?
What's good, Fruit Loop?
I was going to say, not my sugar. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Your sugar's out of control.
Well, twice today I forgot to take a shot, so it wasn't good.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to end up in the ER, so you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Take care of yourself. We need you, girl.
Yeah.
So we had really... before we get started, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Too Cool T-Shirt Quilts. If you're watching on YouTube, you can look behind me and see one of the awesome pillows that Andrea made over there. Go to twocooltshirtquilts.com/Pretty Lies and Alibis and get you something for Christmas or a gift or whatever. So big news today.
Yeah, I've been watching this. We both been talking about all this all day.
It was very reminiscent in a way of when they found JJ and Tylee that day, in that, not that it's the same in any regard, but just you go a long time and you hear nothing. And then all of a sudden you find out there's all this increase in police activity.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what made me think of it was the tent, when the tent went up.
Yeah. I knew then we were finding something. So let's kind of start from the beginning. Just to sum up, though, they have found partial human remains near some items that are confirmed to be Brian's. Yeah. And we're going to talk about how the parents went there and everything. We've just had some statements put out there by the Laundrie family attorney just about 20 minutes ago. But we're going to kind of start at the top and go through what happened today.
Yep. So the park was reopened yesterday to visitors. This morning, local reporters noticed a huge increase in activity where they closed the park again. The FBI came in, mobile command centers, cadaver dogs, and the medical examiner was eventually called. So the area where they were, the water had receded since there'd been not a lot of rain down there.
Yeah, they had a real dry spell. And so this area, I think at the time of the original search, was underwater. They couldn't go there. And this was an area that the family that Chris and Roberta had told the FBI a few weeks ago that he was known to frequent.
Yeah. So Brian's parents decided to go search again. And the FBI and local police learned that last night. I think they called him and told him they were going back.
Yeah, I actually wrote this before some things were clarified. Towards the end, the lawyer does talk about how this came to be.
Yeah. So a senior law enforcement member told NBC News that partial human remains were found near a backpack with items Brian was known to use. The Laundrie family lawyer, and we've heard from him before, Steve Bertolino, said Chris and Roberta Laundrie went to this is a good one, guys, Maxahachie Creek Environmental. See? environmental part this morning to search for Brian. The FBI and NPPD were informed last night, and that's what we said, that they were going to go there to search, and they met him there after a brief search off a trail that Brian frequented. Some articles belonging to Brian were found, and as of now, law enforcement is conducting a more thorough investigation of that area.
So that's kind of the update that we got after we knew some things had been found. So that was kind of how that went.
So for me, the wording, a brief search, so it didn't take long.
No. No, and I'll go ahead and read out what the lawyer said as far as this. He said, Chris and Roberta Laundrie were at the reserve earlier today when human remains in some of Brian's possessions were located in an area where they had been initially advised. They had initially advised law enforcement that Brian may be. Chris and Roberta will wait for the forensic identification of the human remains before making any additional comments. And then just in the last 30 minutes, he put out that Chris and Roberta and 2 officers were spread out on either side of this trail. He says Chris, which is Brian's father, found a bag containing some of Brian's items, and the officer found the backpack on the other side of the trail, which was near the remains. So it sounds like they were out there when these remains were found.
Yeah.
And it a lot of people have said, and it's definitely worth mentioning, the park opens yesterday. The Laundries go in with investigators, and boom, within an hour, they find what we kind of assumed to be his human remains.
Yeah.
But this area had been underwater.
Yeah. Yeah. And there would have been no way to, I mean, we've talked about how dense that is down there, how thick and all. So if the water receded, that would have opened up some trails and stuff. So.
Right. So what JB at WFLA said, the area was familiar to Brian, and also where they found the remains, it was relatively close to where that Mustang was parked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's my theory. It's theory time because we're just putting this out there as our thoughts, not fact or anything like that. It kind of makes you think that maybe something happened pretty soon after he went out there.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be able to tell because everybody's all over the place. That's not him. That's somebody else. It's staged. Like, you've seen the whole, because nobody knows. I mean, right now, I know the guys on WFLA, JB and, what's the other guy's name?
Oh.
Wes? No. I can't
remember. I would be
Walt.
Yeah.
They were talking that until that's confirmed, the search still goes on. And he made a good point. He was like, if you see somebody that resembles, or you see Brian Laundrie walking around, you know what I mean? Like, let somebody know. Because until they say with DNA that that's him, then you still have to look.
Definitely. And I bet you that DNA is probably being done right now on those remains, because this case is so big. It has so much interest across the world that I'm sure the one thing the FBI is ready to do is to confirm that was him, or say, well, no, it wasn't. That was a huge coincidence. But do the math. Come on. I mean, you have to treat it until you know for sure as if it's not him, and still be vigilant and search. But I
will say, because some people were saying, is the notebook still intact? If he was in that area, I mean, I know when I go hiking, we take waterproof bags, because if you run into rain or run into water, you want to be able to secure your phone and stuff you don't want wet. So, I mean, he could have had a waterproof bag that those items are sealed. And I've seen those bags last for years underwater.
Oh, yeah.
With phones in them that still work when you get them out. So,
well, his mom was holding a white, it looked like a tarp to me. It had kind of mud on it, and she handed it to an investigator from what I was told. This was caught on video apparently. And it had, at first I thought maybe it was a bag with a backpack or something down in it, and the clasps were sticking out.
Yeah.
But it looks more tarp to me. So I don't know. The dry bags that I have, they do have that snap on the top because they don't seal
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If this is Brian, the only way we would ever find out is if he poured his heart out and confessed in that notebook, because it's kind of odd. If you're going on the run from the police, why would you take a notebook? Now, I know he likes to draw. He and Gabby both like to draw, but I just don't see running from the police. Let me grab my doodle pad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the area that they found him in, of course, was familiar to him. And the FBI Tampa Bureau, they gave a really, really brief press conference where they said they found a backpack and a notebook belonging to Brian Laundrie, and it was right near the human remains. And again, they just reiterated this area had been underwater until recently, so they haven't been able to search.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the park for several days, and the park is going to remain closed. And the FBI Denver is going to be the lead on this case. So he referred all questions to the FBI Denver.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened today. I mean, it took all day to really kind of grasp what was going on. I mean, we got bits and pieces here. At first it was they found clothes, and then they clarified it wasn't clothes, it was items. Now we know it was a backpack and a notebook. So I think
they said that because they said articles.
Right, they did.
They filled in articles of clothing, but then they went back and said, wait, no, it was just articles.
Right. So, I don't know how long it takes to do DNA. It may be a few days, but I feel like whenever they get those results, they're not going to hold them. They're going to either confirm or deny to the public that this is Brian or this is not Brian. I do think it is. I mean,
it looks to be that way.
Yeah,
they need to get Gabby. They need to get Gabby Shuto off of NCIS. She could get that DNA quick.
Oh yeah. See, I don't watch NCIS.
Yeah. No, she get it. Yeah. I don't know how long it takes either.
Yeah. You know what's funny is actually today several times people were, because like when this happened with JJ and Tylee and we knew there were human remains, well then it's like, what was the cause of death? And you want to know more right now. And you got to understand this isn't a TV show where we get the results during a commercial break, essentially.
Yeah. So
we just have to be patient. I think we're on the right track, and I think we all kind of know what's up without confirming, but we'll stay on it. Tomorrow's Friday or Thursday. So we have Thursday, Friday. Maybe something will come out then that'll clarify some things. But in the meantime, we will keep an eye on this for you and let you know if anything happens. If you're on social media, our Twitter I keep that up all day regularly. I try to post anything that's important over on the Facebook as well. So you can follow us there on both of those if you have them. And we'll keep you updated. Anything breaks, we're on it.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.